welcome to Compose Harp. My name is Danielle, and we will be exploring the primary harp excerpts found in orchestration textbooks. Many of these harp excerpts are written beautifully, but others have standard rewrites and changes that are well known by harpists but not found in any composition textbook. I'm here to share those excerpts with you so you have more idiomatic models to assist you and make your harp writing more effective. The excerpt for this video is the two harp parts from Debussy's Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, which is frequently found on orchestral auditions and orchestration classes. While simple, these harp parts are beautifully written and fully complement the colors and texture of the full orchestration. Debussy uses the harp in sections with thinner orchestral textures, which allows them to project through the orchestration. The writing utilizes common harp idioms in a way that sounds and feels natural. The Prelude uses two harps. However, the only place the two harps play together with independent parts is at rehearsal 7. The other sections alternate between the two harps. While these other parts could be covered by a single harp, the split eliminates some clunky pedaling and large jumps that would be difficult to execute, especially given the exposed texture and flexible tempi. Although this excerpt does not have any major revisions, harpists typically use enharmonics in several sections for resonance. In this video, I will review this excerpt in detail and demonstrate some common fingerings, pedalings, and other compositional considerations for the harp. The first excerpt begins at measure 4 with glissandos in harp 1, followed by a rolled chord in harp 2. If this part was combined, the harp would need to change 3 pedals, 2 on the right side of the harp, prior to the rolled chord. Even if this was executed seamlessly, the change in pitch mid-glissando would still be audible. Additionally, the harpist would need to juggle watching the conductor during the glissando while rapidly changing pedals in order to align the rolled chord with the horn entrance. The excerpt beginning at rehearsal 2 fits in the sustained notes of the flute motif. Although this section could be played on a single harp, the division between the two harps separates the two musical ideas for continuity. Additionally, combining the two parts would create larger jumps and make it more difficult to follow the conductor. As written, both harpists can place their hands and then watch the conductor to align and follow tempo fluidity. At rehearsal 3, only one harp is used. Although not notated in the score, it is standard practice to use enharmonics for the octaves and to avoid replacing noise. The grace notes are also typically played with a thumb slide to keep them tight and clean. Beginning the measure before rehearsal 6, the two harps double the same motif. But Harp 1 uses harmonics, and Harp 2 embellishes the line with non-chord tones. The split between the two parts allows simultaneous harmonic and rolled chord on the downbeat of rehearsal 6, which would be impractical for a single harp. The section beginning 4 measures after rehearsal 7 is the only place that uses two unique and simultaneous harp parts. The harps first play arpeggios in unison during the first 4 measures. The common fingering is to take the bottom 2 notes of the left hand and the upper 4 on the right hand. This fingering reduces the chance of implying a duplet rhythm since the harp is accompanying triplets in the winds. During the second half of this section, beginning 8 measures after rehearsal 7, Harp 2 doubles the flutes, and Harp 1 is rhythmically offset. In performance, this part is tricky to align between the two harps. Generally, both harps will follow the winds rather than listening to each other. The arpeggios in Harp 1 at rehearsals 8 and 9 accompany the opening flute theme. The fluidity of the tempo dictates that only one harp should play the arpeggios. Since the quarter beat subdivides into duplets in this section, the standard fingering is to split the arpeggio to 3 fingers in the left hand and 3 fingers in the right hand. Before rehearsal 10 has quick glissandos by Harp 2. These arpeggios start a mere 3 beats after the close of the preceding arpeggios at a much faster tempo and requires a drastically different pedal setup. These challenges are alleviated by using the second harp. The arpeggio of fifths at rehearsal 10 requires a slightly unintuitive fingering for continuity. By taking the first octave completely in the left hand, the distance covered in the cross-under between G sharp and C sharp requires less of a hand shift. This helps make the arpeggio more audibly smooth as well as allow the harpist to watch the conductor instead of the hands. Rehearsal 12 in both harps is standardly performed in its entirety using enharmonics. The first measure uses enharmonics to avoid pedal changes. The first measure is the only prominent melody at this moment in the orchestration. By avoiding the pedal change, the harp can get the illusion of legato without any replacing or risk of a pedal buzz. The two harps double here for projection. In the final 3 measures of this piece, Harp 1 ends with harmonics. These notes are usually played enharmonically as flats for more resonance. Only one harp is used here since the harmonics are difficult to align with multiple harps. However, the orchestral texture is sparse at the end, so only one harp is needed to be heard. Overall, this excerpt is beautifully written for the harp and serves as an excellent compositional model by placing the harp in passages with thinner orchestral textures, splitting the parts between two harps for continuity, and utilizing common harp idioms. Additionally, most harpists would modify a few sections to include enharmonics for greater resonance. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to my channel to get notified when I post new videos. I have several more in the process. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or other questions. Until next time, thank you.